It's time for a new segment. And I want to do Ty's 10 under 10, where I go through 10 photos under 10 minutes to tell you a little bit more about me. How does that sound? Let's go. Boom. Photo number 1. In this photo, you have the cutest little guy ever. He is born in '93 from Danville, Virginia. His mom's from Danville. His father's from Stamford, Connecticut. And they've playing around over the summer break. My mom was being grown, and they ended up with little old me. Hey, hi, and hello. Okay. And for 4 years, he was the only child. He was spoiled, he was loved, he was cared for, he was cherished. He was the first grandson. He just had all of the attention. And my mom was devastated. Every time I went with my aunt slash godmom, she would lose one of my shoes. And they talk about it to this very day. Moving on. And photo number 2. This photo reminds me of, you know, this little timid little guy that is embracing life's journey. He knows that he's different. He's not really sure in what way, but he's being groomed into such an awesome young man. And if I could tell this little guy one thing, it would be to keep smiling. It gets better. Alright, moving on. Photo number 3. I'd have to say this photo reminds me of having some of the best birthday parties ever. And what I always loved about my birthday parties is that they would turn into adult parties. And we would end up having to go to sleep. But if they were already a little too lit, you got to stay awake. Right. Moral of the story is those children parties turning into adult parties turned me into an adult too fast. I learned way too much at a tender age. But yeah, that photo was very memorable. This photo here is introducing my middle sister, Tamia. She was born when I was 4 years old. And her birthday's on Valentine's Day. Whoop whoop her. And this photo of me, her, and my father is in an apartment we lived in called North Hills. And what I liked about this photo is that my father looks very happy. And I recall my childhood being a lot of in and out with him, only because he was from out of state. So in terms of livelihood and the lifestyle that he lived at the time, it would cause for him to have to be in and out of the city a lot. Therefore, you know, father was in and out. And my mom was very adamant about being both parts when he wasn't there. This photo brings back the memory of feeling safe and sound because Papa's home. And I love my father so much. Alright, moving forward. This photo reminds me of sleepovers at grandma's. Everybody has on big t-shirts and grandma, can I have a sandwich? Grandma, can I have some chips? Grandma, can I get something to drink? I had the best grandmother in the world, and God rest her soul. She's no longer with us, but I cherish her every single day, and she instilled such great values into me. Being able to be raised in church and showing me about relationship with Christ and how you can be human and still have a good heart. That's actually very revelatory. That just came to me now from doing this. And my grandmother's an icon. She's one of a kind, and I love her and miss her so much. This photo of me and my grandfather is at their wedding. My grandfather and my grandmother, they got married, and I was their ring bearer. And look at me, all handsome and cute in the all white. It was actually cream. I had a cream suit, cream shoes, cream socks. Couldn't tell me nothing, boy. Yeah. And just looking at my grandfather look at me at this photo, it's just like, he held me so accountable. At the age of 10 years old, I remember having to cut grass with him on the weekends, $25 a yard, up at 5 and 6 in the morning. I'm talking about 10 years old, struggling outside with lawnmowers, bags of leaves. But it taught me work ethic. It taught me how to be a man, and I'm forever grateful for my grandfather. Moving on. This photo introduces my little sister Tiana coming into the world, and what I love about this photo is that it starts to show balance between attention and love and just parental availability. With having a disabled sibling, my parents' attention went more to the child of need, special needs rather, and me and my sister had to kind of get in where we fit in, and it was perfect because it taught us independence, and my mom instilled in us that we could have anything that we wanted, and the fact that she didn't hand it to us, it gave us hustle and drive like never before. And one would say that being raised with a disabled sibling is detrimental. I want to say that it is an honorable mention from God to be able to handle such a situation. And it also sets me apart with being able to have such wisdom at such a young age. Helping my mom really humbled me, and I'm so grateful for every part of the journey with helping my mom with my sister. Moving on to this photo. This is 2009. I am sophomore in high school. I'm starting to smell myself a little bit. They started getting my eyebrows waxed, and I'm kind of tapping into hair at this point. So I started buying my own clothes, shopping for myself, and you know, I'm just starting to really embrace my personality and who I am. And if I could tell this guy one thing in this photo, it would be to not hate your butt. Everybody's gonna want one later. Oh wow, I can't believe I said that. Anyway, moving on, I'd have to say I'd want to show this photo. And this photo shows me family unity, family love, family reunion. In this particular photo, my grandmother is not here, but this is how my grandmother's house would feel, with everybody in the room and loving on one another, cherishing each other's, the laughs, the yells, the sit downs, the shut ups, the be quiets, the shut my door, you letting in flies. I miss it so much, and this photo just brings back hope that family will reunite again, and it will not have to be because of another death. And as I come to a close, I'd like to show this photo. And this photo is a hustler, a go-getter. He's a match made, he's different, and I love everything about him. I'm so proud of him. I'm proud of who he is today, where he's come from, and where he's going. and I look forward to all of the endeavors that God has in store for him. So this has been a walk through my journey, and I'm so appreciative for you being here. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, so that you can definitely be in the loop with new content when it's dropped. And again, thanks for your love and support. I'm out.